Alright, here's the hay trough that I converted. And so these panels, wire panels right here, were sitting in it kind of at a V, and you could throw like small square bales in there for the animals to eat. We really don't feed small square bales because we got so much. We'd be putting one out a day or two out a day. It's just price wise, it's better. We can buy a whole round bale and just stick it in here. It fits fine. It hangs off probably 4 inches on each side, which ain't a big deal. So my plan is I'm gonna take both of these, and they're mounted to the base right here with some just big fence nails. And what we're gonna do is when we put it in here, they'll be laid out flat with bungee cords. This may not work, but we're gonna try it. From this one to that one, it's laid out flat on that side. And then as they eat it, the bungee cords will pull them up slowly. And hopefully that'll keep. We also got a chain we wrap around it when it's first put in here until they eat it down a little bit. But that'll keep the bull from pushing it and then keep a lot of the hay from falling out. Like I said, we're gonna try it. It's just that struggle when you have goats and cows and donkeys all eating in the same pen. So we're trying to keep from, I don't know if you can see, but there's hay everywhere right here that they've put. When he pushed it down, we couldn't get it all back up in here. They ate every bit of it that was up in here. So what we're gonna do is try to minimize. They're gonna waste it, it's gonna happen, it's part of it, but we're gonna try to minimize what they waste. Probably end up getting up here until we get a round bale in it and playing on it, sleeping on it. I don't really care. The other thing we're gonna do is down here on the end, I'm gonna go get the salt block and the mineral block, and we're gonna put them right here. Build a square. The way when they're licking them, because as they lick, they put slides. So I'm gonna build a square to set the salt block and mineral block down here on the end. And as they lick it, it'll keep it on the and not pushed off in the dirt. First, I'm gonna go get my Sawzall. I'm using my saws instead of the skill saw. Convenient, and my skill saw blade is dull. As you could probably see that if you watched the video where I converted this thing. I hadn't got a new blade yet. wants to take a walk. Grab the salt and mineral block. Turn y'all around so you can look at my face. Walk down through the pasture. Here's some of that hedge I gotta trim up here in a little while. Or that parallel mint. I don't know if they're eating it or it's dying down. I know the chickens like it. There's the coop up here. And when the chickens finally found it, they loved it. And as far as I can tell, it's not hurtful to chickens. There's our trough feeder that we got that the cows just love to dump over. While down here, I'll go ahead and show y'all the fun we had the other night. Here comes Belle barreling out of the woods. She thinks I'm in here, it's time to feed. But I've got this back gate closed right here. I mean, there's a little bit of grass back there, but not a whole lot. But I've got it closed. And she ain't scared a bit. She don't like to be petted. There's Big Show. He got the red tag in his right ear, or his left ear. Actually on her right. You can hear there's a cow over there mooing. They think they're getting over here. See my gate or my fence? Ain't it pretty? The other night, Thursday night, come down to feed the animals up there. Only 2 girl gals came. And I'm like, what? Where's Big Show? And as y'all know from KD Ranch, he had issues with them getting out. So I came back here, and as soon as I walked through this gate that was open right here, at the time they could go in both pastures. I walked through it and looked, and the gate was destroyed. So, and he was standing right over there next to that gate. You can hear their cow. I don't know if that guy, my neighbor, I hadn't talked to him yet. I don't know if he uses that for a weaning pen or when there's a baby calf, he puts them with the mama for a little while or whatever. But for a while now, he's been having a cow over there, and that's all they do is moo. So we coaxed Big Show over to here. He would not cross the fence, so I ended up having to cut it. We had it held down about a foot off the ground, but he would not step over it. And I think he'd hurt his leg or his foot or something. He had a limp for a couple days trying to get through that fence. So his limps about went away, but we had to cut it. And he finally came through, and we coaxed him into there and we shut it. That pasture all has electric on it. And now it has that 8 ohm, or that 8 joule charger on it. So I'm hoping that'll keep him in the pen in there. And then what I'm gonna do either this evening, or that's one of my other chores this evening. Well, it's not gonna be this evening because I gotta fix the fence first. And I've ordered a chain stretcher that'll clamp onto that side and that side, and I can pull them together and then crimp them so I can fix that fence. After that, I'll tie into the electric right here and run it down this one all the way around this. It's already ran on that middle fence right here down to that corner right there. What I'm gonna do is connect it and run it all the way around and back up this one to keep them off of this fence. And this perimeter fence, I may end up running a top wire and a middle wire, because as you can see, they've been pushing on it. I just hadn't walked the fence in probably about a week, so didn't even realize that they had been putting pressure on it. So that cow's right there, probably 20 feet from me. Right through there, you see the black. Right there. That's his, I guess, weaning pen maybe, I'm not sure. So you can see they've put the fence has kind of been laid on, pushed on and everything else. But he finally found the weak spot. And it probably had something to do with all the rain. That T-post had no dry ground to stay in. So he finally pushed it through. But I don't know if the other charger would have kept him, I don't know. But I know now that I've been shocked by the other charger was a 0.1 joule output. And it hurt me. So I'm sure 8 joule output is gonna hurt pretty bad. And it's a AC charger, so it plugs in all the time. It don't depend on the sun being out. Squirrel. There's a helicopter. I don't know what that is. But hoping that one keeps him in. So what I'm gonna do is get these 2 salt block, mineral block, and I ain't gonna be able to film and carry them back up, so I'll pick y'all up when I get back up to the hay trough. Okay guys, I'm back up here and out of breath. Oh, bad out of shape. So, like I said, what I'm gonna do is put these in here. I'm gonna leave a little extra room in case the blocks are bigger or smaller or whatever. And then just screw these 2x4s around them. There's 2 things checked off the list. Actually, the wife just went and got a big shovel. As you probably heard us talking. I'm gonna scrape out that pen just a little bit more and then put some bleach down and try to get rid of that urine smell that's stained in the concrete. But now we've got it, so as they lick, they'll slide around and slide off into the dirt. So that's done. So we'll head back up to the barn and see what else we can get into.
Before I head back up to the barn, I'm gonna try to hit this junk that I gotta cut out real quick.
And as you see, when I started, I was cutting at the base, but then I was just sitting there thinking to myself, when I was reading about this stuff, it said the roots are so small, you could just pull it up by the roots. So that's what I started doing. It's working a little better. Go ahead and put this over here so I can get it out of here when I haul the trash. But I believe on this stuff, this is the seed head. I'm not sure, but I'm believing this might be full of seeds or something. So getting it up by the roots will keep it from spreading even more. There's not a whole lot down through here, but it's just right in the edge down through here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it, put it in piles out here.
I'll come through the trailer and pick it all up. And all the loose ones. The problem is some of these tips are ate off, so something's missing. I just don't think it's a whole lot. These limbs that are broke off too, I'll come through my loppers with a sawzall. Things like this, they just cut them off.
All right, guys. Apparently my phone got hot and cut off. But we got that woods line all done all the way down to the corner. Now all I've got to do is just down from the creek crossing here, the washout crossing, up around it to about here. And then that's all of it. And then I think I'm gonna take the truck and start at that first pile. Just have the wife drive the truck, and I'll throw anything that needs burnt in the back of the truck all the way down. And then we'll come back up this side and get these piles. And I think we're gonna throw it all about where that, see that tree on the side of the fence post covered in kudzu? We're gonna burn that whole ditch. Maybe this week, not sure yet. But so we'll probably throw it all in there. Try to get all that burnt. If we get all that burnt and cleared up, it's gonna look really good. And then we're also gonna be working on clearing out some of these trees on this hill here. I'll be throwing the hay out like I did here and overseeding and stuff like that, trying to get a good bit of more grass growing in the spring. But done with those for now. I'm gonna let the phone cool off. My fire's really not trying to burn. It's smoking a little. So I'm gonna try to get it stoked up. Then I'm gonna go try to pull up those ground rods, which are right there. If you see the H brace in the distance, there's 2 ground rods at it. I'm gonna try to pull them up and get them moved up here. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this video. All I did the rest of the day was just burn brush there in that pad where I show y'all I was clearing at. Didn't get a whole lot else done other than what y'all have seen already, but I did want to let y'all know we finally picked our shirts up. And I'm extremely happy with the quality. but that's the back. And then on the front, kind of on the left pocket area, we got it. It's also in small print. I'm extremely happy with the quality. Actually, my uncle's actually the one who done them. If I hadn't mentioned that yet, but he bought these canvas type t-shirts. They're really soft. So anybody want t-shirts, go check him out. He's got a Etsy account that you can look him up, D's Custom Tees, and see what he's got loaded on there. But he does have a library of graphics, and this is just a plain one. He could actually take this right here and print it on a shirt, and if you'll go on his Etsy account and see it, it'll look exactly like that on a shirt. The quality, the color, the detail, it's very good. It's direct to fabric printing. It's not screen printing. It's not anything like that. He's trying to specialize in the whole detail, because you can't get this detail on a t-shirt screen printing or anything else, or the what do they call it, the iron-on or whatever. Everybody can do this pretty cheap, but his direct to print, he could just take it off of a computer, run it through his printer, and print this exact thing on that shirt if I wanted it with that detail and quality, if you go in there and look. So y'all go check him out. I'll put a link down below in the description to his Etsy account, and I'll try to get his email address and put it down there too also. He only went live about 3 weeks ago, but I told him I didn't actually tell him, but I'm going to try to push his company. He didn't give us our shirts. This ain't a sponsored video. I paid for the shirts, trying to help him out, but I'm extremely impressed with the quality, so y'all go check him out. Again, thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe. Go check us out on Facebook. Spread the word. D's Custom Tees. He's out of Cleveland, Georgia. I think he's pretty reasonable on his rates. Y'all have a good weekend.